What up? What up? Let's go. We got Lorenzo the Juggernaut coming on. We got Tony Soto on deck. It's going to be great. Let's do it. I'm bringing up my man right now. He's at AEW. What's up, champ?
What's up, Joe? I had to step out, man. They got me blocked. I can't get no service in there. But real quick, I got 10 minutes for you. Brought my kids out to see the show. How you doing, Joe?
Good, brother. Good. Thank you, champ. Appreciate your time. I know you're at AEW tonight doing your thing. I wanted to get your take. First of all, congratulations on the big W against Joe Riggs. You successfully defended your title. And, what are your thoughts on that fight? Did it go as expected? Did you expect it to go any different?
Yeah, it went exactly as planned. To tell you the truth, I had Joe Riggs figured out months ago. People don't know we were actually supposed to do that fight in February. I got that contract directly after I fought Hector Lombard. Those fights were already set up. It got pushed back a little bit with the Knucklemania craze, but I had Joe Riggs figured out a long time ago. My biggest issue was was making 185.
Okay. And, I know a couple people were chirping about that. What do you got to say to people that are like, he was 185.9?
Kiss my ass. What do you want? What do you want? I put 0.9 right in his fucking mouth. It was probably the tomato. So, the fact of the matter is, we kicking ass, man. I'm winning, and people mad about it. You're not used to seeing somebody like me on top. Maybe you're waiting for Kal-El or Superman or some superhero that you knew when you was a kid. But I'm the superhero now. I'm doing big things, and people are just mad about it.
Hey, look, you've been fighting in BKFC. Basically, you're an OG in BKFC. You're an OG in bare knuckle. You're 8-1 now. You're the champ. You've been basically finishing everybody. I know that, a couple people have been talking, and there's one particular guy that's been talking on social media, Gustavo. I know you guys had a few run-ins. Is that a potentially, somewhere down the road, you think you guys are going to have that second fight?
Yeah, of course we're going to have that second fight. Gustavo is the only reason I'm here. He created a monster with that lucky punch or whatever, that cut, that doctor stoppage. And I'm here, and I've been whooping ass ever since. Gustavo always knew all along that I was here. You knew. I called him out before the whole Hector Lombard beef. I asked for double or nothing on the contract for a rubber match with Gustavo. He ran. Everybody who's screaming about Gustavo, they're just haters. They have no other hope. After I beat Gustavo, what's left in the BKFC? What's left? What's left to say? All the naysayers, they're going to be looking for some other false hope. They're going to be looking under a rock for somebody who they think can beat me. But after I beat him, get on your knees.
That's it. Strong words from a strong man.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and listen, you're talking about moving up in weight class as well. So do you plan on sticking around in bare knuckle for a while? You're talking about moving up in weight classes.
I'm the champ. This is my plan. I'm the champ. I told you what my plan is right after the fight. It's always been my plan. I'm not a natural 185er. It's hard for me to make 185. I am your cruiserweight champ. I already beat the cruiserweight so-called champ. So I'm the 205er. So for me to say I'm going to heavyweight, that ain't elite. Y'all sat there and watched Marcel Stamps fight for the heavyweight championship, and he was a 175er. Nobody said, oh my God, what's he doing? So as a double world champ, after I take the 205, what's stopping me from calling out the heavyweight champ? I walk around 220. That's my walk around weight. What are they thinking about? I got the most wins in BKFC. I got the most knockouts in BKFC. If the heavyweight champ ain't worried, bro, stop the games. Ain't nobody else that can do it.
So talking about the cruiserweight title, have you heard anything? Is that title up for grabs right now? Is it still Hector's? What's going on with that?
Well, as the light heavyweight champ of the world, Hector, he has to go. Hector can't defend it. He don't want to defend it. He hasn't tried to defend it. So as soon as the David Feldman says the title's up for grabs, I am the number one contender. I've been the number one contender. I was the number one contender when Hector fought for it. It's mine already.
So
this other shit was a constellation prize. These 2 belts that I got, these 2 light heavyweight belts that I got, was constellation prizes. I'm the cruiserweight champ, and I will soon be the heavyweight champ.
What would you rather do first? If it's up to you, would you rather defend it? I believe, off the top of my head, I'm sorry, I think Doolittle's the #1 contender. Or do you want to go straight for that title shot, the 205?
Well, it depends on whatever comes first.
Okay.
The light heavyweight title has been sitting vacant for over a year. When has that ever happened? I mean, the cruiserweight title has been sitting vacant for over a year. It's mine. Now, if they offer me the money to go fight Doolittle, then I'll thump him up real quick and knock him back to the bottom of the pile, light work, because I get paid to fight. But I want to be the first double world title holder. I deserve to be the first double world title holder. That belt has to go up for grabs.
I agree 100%. Yeah, I would love to see it, whether it's you and Hector going at it again for the belt, or you and somebody else like a Quentin Henry or somebody.
I retired Hector already. Hector's no longer an issue, just like I told you he wouldn't be. I told you he'd get on a little boat and paddle somewhere else after I beat him. If you go back to your old interviews, I told you everything that would happen. I told you everything that has happened, and I've never been wrong. So, I mean, when I tell you that I'm going to be the first 3-seed champ, I don't even wonder why people even scoff. Everything that I've said has come to pass.
Well,
everything.
Instead of Juggernaut, I may start calling you Nostradamus, bro.
Because it is what it is. It is what it is. I know my stuff. I know exactly what I'm doing. And if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So you know my plan, and I do not plan to fail. I told Joe Riggs what I was going to do to him, and I told him why. I told Hector Lombard what I was going to do to him, and I told him why. You already know what I'm going to do to Gustavo. Gustavo's trash. He been fighting last-minute ducks. He got lucky. I slipped. He closed his eyes. He cut me. The ref stopped it without even letting me fight. This is bare knuckle. I got 1 cut in my BKFC history and didn't get to fight it out. Cut the games, man. Even if you watch the fight, when he opened his eyes and looked, he was so surprised. Oh my God. Then he jumped around and started waving his flag like a I won't say. So I'll just say he got it. And I posted that day with the split lip. I said, I will never go back and look it up. I will never let a busted lip stop me. And I didn't. So people mad about what? Because I did what I said I was going to do. And I said, I'm going to be the champ when he comes back on his knees. Go look up the post. I said, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to keep grinding. And when he comes back, he'll have to beg me for a title fight. What happened?
Yep. I want exactly what you said happened. You got the title. That's the fight that I want to see. I know a lot of fans want to see it. I can speak for a lot of people.
You're going to see it. You're going to see it. I'm the champ. Yeah. I get the pick. You're going to see it. Of course you're going to see it. And then what? Then who will the haters pray to? Who will they pray to after that? What's next?
The Juggernaut. I want to ask you this, Juggernaut.
It's the Juggernaut show.
I want to ask you this. This is something I never told you, but I'm going to tell you now. Back at BKFC 14, I talked to Kevin Smith, and I told him, I'm like, I've been following BKFC for quite some time now, and I really think that Lorenzo Hunt, he's going to be one of the faces of this company, and I firmly believe that's where you are right now. But let me ask you this. You're an athletic guy. You got a good story. You're good on the bike. You're entertaining. You could fight. Would you ever consider, I've seen you at a lot of AEW events. Would you ever consider transitioning to pro wrestling at some point?
I'm on top of the mountain where I am, and I don't have any plans to start over anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like, I like AEW. I love the wrestling guys. I love the theatrics of it. I got a lot of friends here. But I'm in the bleed 'em business, and I know how to bleed 'em. As far as being the face of BKFC, I'm gonna be the face because I'll be the only face that ain't left bashed in. I don't play no games. I don't kiss no butt. Nobody helped me get to the top. You understand what I'm saying? No handouts. Nobody babied me. Nobody handpicked opponents or none of that garbage. And that's why I'm the best. It only gets easier at the top. These boys are spoiled.
The Juggernaut, thank you for your time, champ. I know you got to get in there, do your thing. I appreciate you. Much respect. Am I going to see you
Ain't no
Oh,
champ unless I say so.
that's right. Ain't no champ. And let me tell you,
Ain't
let
no
me tell you
champ
something.
unless I say so.
Hey, am I going to see you Friday at Orlando?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there, possibly doing some commentating on that main event. I like to take a close look at those heavyweight boys and pick them apart a little bit for you. And I'll be doing my National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide awareness table, taking pictures with the fans and walking around with the belt, showing off like I always do. I know you saw that knockout. I know you've never seen nothing like it before, and I'm not even warmed up. And I'm not boasting. I'm not being arrogant or nothing. If somebody tells you what's going to happen, when do you accept the fact that they either know what's going to happen or they're being arrogant and stupid? If I was being arrogant and stupid, I would have been wrong. I know what's going to happen.
Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt, BKFC light heavyweight champ. He looking to move up. He looking for titles. I'm calling him Nostradamus. The man keeps predicting the future.
It's a
I may
monopoly,
text
man.
you. Hey, listen, I may text you later for them lotto numbers, man, because I don't
Listen
want to
to
work
me.
no more.
Look, I don't know about the lotto numbers, but I do know I'm planting tomatoes. I'm planting
Hey,
tomatoes.
as an Italian, I found the fence the way you abuse that tomato, bro.
I'm planting tomatoes. You're going to find a fence the way I abuse the rest of them, too. It's a bunch
I,
of tomatoes around there.
I appreciate you, champ. Thank you very
And
much, man.
Gustavo's a tomato, too. A fucking tomato. Peace out.
Peace, brother. Well, there you have it. Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt light heavyweight champ at BKFC and bare knuckle. Guy's 8-1. He's doing everything he says he's been doing. You can't deny it. Can't argue it. It's facts are facts, right? But that's the fight I want to see. I want to see him. I want to see him Gustavo, the rematch, right? A lot behind that. Gustavo, great fighter too. Much respect to him. Guy's got dynamite in his hands. We've seen what he's done to people. So let's get that rematch, BKFC. Let's go. But without further ado, now I want to get my man on, fellow Brooklynite, Sky. Sky, they say, when people say I got a guy, this is my guy right here. It's my guy, Tony Loco Soto, 2-0, undefeated in bare knuckle. He's fought at 155. He's fought at 165. But I want to get it from him what his plans are in bare knuckle. So let's bring my man on right now. Let's do this. Tony.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Bro, it's good to see you. You got the vino in your hand, got the BKFC shirt, undefeated. I mean, life is good, bro.
Life is great, man. Life is great. It's just getting better, I'm just getting warmed up out here. Just getting warmed up.
I got to ask you, man, I'm glad we finally got this interaction, this interview going. But I ask a lot of people when I first talk to them about bare knuckle, man. I know you got an MMA background, you have a combat sports background. Why'd you decide to go bare knuckle? What enticed you to go this route?
Well, real talk, as coming from New York, MMA wasn't legal; it was unsanctioned, and I had a handful of MMA fights that were never documented. And when I moved out to North Carolina, I was able to get an MMA fight, which I actually ended in 23 fucking seconds via knockout, and I went about a year with backouts. So it wouldn't allow me to go pro because I was still amateur. So I kind of found a loophole. I'm like, oh shit, I can do professional boxing. So I went into professional boxing, and I'm like, man, this is where I belong. And then I heard, oh yeah, they're doing bare knuckle boxing now. I said, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's bringing it back to the streets. That's where I am from, and that's where I belong. So I went to Alabama to some tryouts, and that's fucking history from there, bro. We here. Salute.
Yeah, salute, my brother. Salute. Cheers to you. There it
Yes,
is.
sir.
Right there. So how was that? How was this? I've been to the tryouts before. I did the Fort Lauderdale tryout. What was it
Yeah.
like? What was it like for you, that experience at the tryout? Because I know it's it's a lot of. It looks like almost like a CrossFit event, and then you start punching shit. So
Yeah, it was definitely a horse of another color. It was definitely different. I felt like I fucking stood out like a sore thumb, bro. Like I'm telling you. What's his name? He just knocked out Joey Beltran. He was holding pads for me. What's his name? Frank Tate.
hey,
He was holding pads for me, man. That's a big fucking dude, and I was demolishing those pads. I felt great. I felt like I was just one of the best ones there, but I felt like they already knew who they were gonna pick. But at the end of the day, I knew I was gonna get a fight there because I left some type of impression while I was there. You know what I'm saying?
What type of impression did you leave there? Was it just based on your skill, or did you say something and they were like,
Bro,
ah, I like this
I,
guy?
I, I was the only motherfucker with headphones on dancing, bro. I put my music on, I was dancing, I was moving. Everybody over here is trying to fucking, you know, go over here and chit chat. I was just in my own fucking zone, just shadow boxing and moving, and I didn't give a fuck about the cool guy shit. I was like, if I'm gonna get picked for this shit, it's because I'm a real fighter, not because I'm a cocksucker. Real talk.
Real talk, it is, bro. You hold no punches. I like that. I like that, bro. And so like, obviously, it sounds like you weren't surprised that you got the call from BKFC, but mentally preparing for that first fight. BKFC 19, you and Sykes going head to head. I believe that was what 165, if I'm not mistaken. That fight.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? Was that like, oh shit, this is real now? It's going down. You were just like, yo, business as usual.
Oh, so what had happened is, they're like, hey, you want to fight at 165? I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Who is it? Seen the guy, and I wasn't too impressed with his videos and everything. I was kind of picking everything apart and kind of looking at his holes and everything. And I really didn't have to cut weight. I was walking around at like 173, 174. So I was like, shit, I could take a shit, a shower, a shave, and make weight. So, we pulled up. I'm pretty much on weight. This guy is running around the hotel. I'm over here just eating breakfast, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck? But I get in there, we start going at it in the first round. About, I would say, 50 seconds in, I cracked him on the forehead with a fucking mean overhand, and legit my hand just, you know how Kevin Hart says he wasn't ready, bro. I was not fucking ready for that. Okay, and I went into my corner and I told my coach, I said, I think I broke my hand. He goes, oh, you know what? We made it this fucking far. Let's go. And that right there, that went into my head, and I just kept fucking going. I didn't get to put on and display the techniques that I wanted to, and pretty much fight the fight that I wanted to, but I still came out victorious. A lot of people say that, it should have went his way. But me personally, I think that I did what I had to do and just enough to get the victory, and it was a great fight.
Absolutely a great fight. Now you're 2-0. We've seen you again at BKFC
2-0.
23, undefeated, 155 this time. Do you feel,
Yeah.
155 is your zone, 165? Where do you want to be at?
I feel like 155 is where it's at. I had an amazing camp. I had the right nutrition. I hired a private chef to help me with my nutrition. I've had an amazing camp. Truck and Carson was a big part of my camp. Billy Jack Cup was a big, amazing part of my camp. I had some really, really amazing top level guys with me, and 155 is just natural for me. And I see a lot of guys out there that some killers in the 155 division. There's a bunch of sharks in this ocean. But the thing about it is, and I tell people all the time, most of the guys that are here are doing this because they need to. I don't need to do this shit. I do this shit because I want to. I'm putting myself in the fire. That's the difference. I'm putting myself here to show motherfuckers that I belong here, and I'm not here because I need to be. I'm here because I want to be. That's the difference.
That's dangerous for somebody like you, because like that in a good way for you, because you look at a guy like Frank Tate. That guy, he definitely doesn't need to fight, but he wants to fight, and that makes you dangerous because you're at a different level. Like you said, it's just guys are in there because they have to do it. You're in there because you want to do it. I think that's great. I think you're fucking nuts too. God bless you.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Hey, listen, my guy, and you're a correction officer too. I mean, so you're basically in the line of fire all the time, man. So
all the fucking time, bro. I always gotta have my back against the wall. I'm always situational awareness. I'm always on the fucking tips of my toes. I'm always shaking and baking. Ricky Bobby, motherfucker. Like, that's me. Ready to go, bro. Ready to go.
Man. That's it. And fight. It's a funny thing too. Like, do any of these guys in jail know that you bare knuckle fight?
Now, real talk. I work in one of the most dangerous prisons in North Carolina. It's Alexander Correctional. You can look at documentaries on it. They did a big documentary. I have no problems where I'm at. The inmates, the officers, everybody knows what I do, and they respect it because I treat everybody with respect. You know, and that's goes with anything. If you treat people with respect, you're gonna get respect. If people treat you like shit, what are they gonna get? They're gonna get what they give. They're gonna get shit. And that's a fact. So, you know, I've built a good foundation where you know, I wouldn't say I'm comfortable or complacent, but I'm very, very happy where I'm at, and you know, it is what it is.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. And
Nothing wrong with that.
got a full time job fighting on the side, man. I mean, how long do you see yourself like? Is bare knuckle something that you know what, like, this is the decision I made. This is where I want to be, and I want to see how far I can take this thing. Is that kind of where your mind is at with that?
So it's funny you asked that question because, you know, I was laying in bed with my wife the other day, who's, by the way, my biggest supporter. She's like, she's the boss of all bosses. You know what I'm saying? She's Don Dalanucci. She's all of them. You know, but I was laying in bed there. I look at her. I say, "What should I do?" She goes, "Go for the title." So I guess that's where I'm in the fucking category. I'm going for the title.
So you
If it
guys
happens,
basically had your Rocky and Adrian moment at that point.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And Lorenzo Hunt was the one who was filming me. I mean, actually, he was doing an interview with me right after the Sykes fight, and you know, I made a comment. I was like, you know, I'm the Rocky, CG Adrian. He goes, "Hey, Adrian." So that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yo, Adrian, how you doing? You know?
And my buddy Pat, that's fucking Paulie, that fucking motherfucker.
Oh, yo, Paul Lee, how you doing? Let me get you.
Well, you're not gonna kick me like a tomato can.
It's in the basement. It's in the basement.
Yes. But you know, this BKFC organization, honestly, it's outstanding, man. The people I've met are outstanding. Everybody is just, you know, amazing. Everybody that I met, as far as production, you know, management, all that, everybody there is just really good people. They're doing it not just to build a sport, but they're doing it for the fighters, and they're doing it for other people who want a platform to display their abilities. You know, like if you come from an MMA world, come to BKFC. Let's see if that shit works. If you're a boxer, come to BKFC. See if that shit works. Find out if it's for you. You know, and that's what I like about it, man. Because when it comes to bare knuckle, like I said before, it just takes me back to where I'm from, bro. You know, it goes back to where you were in the fucking skate park, the playground, Prospect Park, you know, Dyker Park, and you look at, you think you could beat him? Yeah. All right, let's go find out. And you go fucking throw some hands, you know. And after that, you shake each other's fucking hands and you go have a spumoni.
It's so old school, bro. I don't even think that happens anymore. I wish it did, you know. I think
They try to stab now and shoot and fucking, you know. It's sad.
I've gotten into quite a few scraps growing up in Brooklyn, and I got some buddies of mine in the chat. They can attest to that because my buddies from Brooklyn, they tune in. But yeah, it was for the most part. It was a handshake afterwards, and it was
And if it wasn't, it didn't go no further than, you know what, you got your fucking ass whooped, and you know, you got your knee scraped, you got your chin checked, and you didn't get nobody going to jump you or something. You only got jumped if you fucking went and you jumped somebody with your cousin, your best friend. Then people went looking for you. Now we have a problem. You know, you have a problem, not we. You, you know, like that. That's how I grew up, bro.
Yeah. What was like the worst street fight you got into? Was it like, you know, gang fight, or was it just like a good scrap?
I'll tell you right off the bat, you know, he's not my biological brother, but to me, that motherfucker, he's my heart, he's my everything. He's actually the New York City lightweight Muay Thai champion. John Pena is a brother of mine. We were skating. I got into a fight a day before because this dude fought my boy, beat the shit out of my boy, then tried to get him jumped. So I found out where he was. I went there and I talked to him about it. He said, no, I didn't. And I gave him one of those old school sucker punches. Like, yeah, you want to fuck her? I just busted his shit open, but I fucked my wrist up, right? So he came the next day with, I guess, his uncle or something. And I had like a fucking, like a, you know, ace bandage on. I had my skateboard. And he thought that John was me, and he fucking punches John. John ate the shit like a bag of biscuits and drugged that motherfucker. Bow! But the dude pulled a knife out and stabbed him 9 fucking times, bro.
shit.
So when he stabbed him, none of us seen that shit. We start chasing him. I start beating the fuck out of the dude with a skateboard because I only have one hand. The other hand's holding a skateboard. So I'm fucking swinging a skateboard. I'm beating the shit out of him. Then I'm like, oh shit, John's fucking bleeding. My cousin Izzy rips his fucking shirt. I swear to God, bro, like Superman. Whoosh, rips his shirt, wraps it around him, ties it, bro. And like the dude who stabbed him kept fucking running. So we chase after him to get him, and we wound up catching him and fucking, holding him fucking down until the police could come because he fucking stabbed the shit out of this kid.
Holy
shit.
shit.
And long story short, he was about a half an inch away from his heart. He punctured his lung. And now he's on top of the world fighting and shit. But long story short, that's one of the craziest street fights. But then, wait, there's more. It's like the ShamWow. But wait.
Wait, there's more.
There's more. New Year's. I think it was, honey, what was it, 2012? I think so. We just had my firstborn, right? Yeah. So we 2008. Pardon me. It was 2008. Okay. We go out for New Year's. We go out for New Year's for 2009, right?
Little John's pumping. Yeah, bro. I know the whole
couple good friends. We go over to Mill Basin.
Yep.
Okay. We're over at Mill Basin. We're not from there. We don't know anybody really. Buddy said there's a house party, so we go there. There's an altercation between some woman talking shit to my old lady. My old lady, she's not gonna back down. They have words exchanged, whatever. Everything was separated. Everybody gets to drinking. Now my buddy Mush, he's like what, 6'6". He's an Italian kid. He's from Bay Ridge, Bensonhurst, excuse me. And some dude says some smart ass remark to him. Now me being fucking who I was at the time, you gonna let him talk to you like that? He goes, cocks back and cracks the motherfucker. Boop! You see the motherfucker's tooth fly. Oh wait, this gets good. So I grab the other guys. We all start backing. Oh, stop! You guys gotta go. So we start leaving. But on the way out, Sebi, one of my buddies, he goes to pull out the ADT. The fucking, the alarm. Yep. He goes to pull it out. This cocksucker, bro. The fucking wire was, attached to it. So the dude who was working the door for them, their boy, sees it. Goes and pushes him out. But then somebody else goes to sucker punch my boy. I seen that shit a mile away. I hit him with the rear naked from behind and slammed him. Knocked him out, right? Then a bunch of dudes start running out. Bro, everybody I touched, I put this shit on my mother, bro, was going down. So something happened and some dude cracked my fucking old lady. I heard, oh, you hit a fucking girl. So I turn around, I see it's my wife. The dude makes eye contact with me. Motherfucker starts running. So the houses for sale, they have them in New York. They put them in the grass or whatever. He went to go around it, right? I ran into it. I ran through it, broke it. My buddy Shrek was his name. Shrek grabs the motherfucker, Thomas, grabs him. I fucking flying knee, bang, dude. It goes on, bro. Long story short, Fat Pat's hitting one with a bottle of Crown Royale. Dude, it was wild, bro. Wild.
But that's crazy. This dude hit your wife, bro. You must have destroyed this guy.
She ate that shit. She was like, but somebody said, you hit a chick. And when I heard that, it just, my fucking radar went, whoop. It gets better. So this is MySpace days. You know what I'm saying?
Forget it. You're the second person this week about MySpace.
So after everything's all said and done, right? We start heading up. Real talk. I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. That is a fact. I had that shit, okay? I did. So we're walking up. And the police, they're fucking flying. They pull us. Where are you guys coming from? We played the victim. Oh, we're just coming from this party. They came at us. They took my wife, but we just want to go home. Bro, we left. We all fucking laughing. We were fucking cracking the fuck up, bro. Bro, I get messages on MySpace like, yo, you cracked my boy's skull.
Your boy should act up.
Which guy? What are you talking about? But yeah, that was crazy, bro. I can keep going. I got other stories. I was in fucking the Hamptons. I was picking up hands full of rocks and crack. Dude, I've been in so many fights, bro. It's crazy.
This is
bare knuckle is just,
bro.
Yeah, bare knuckle is just the way to do it legally,
And you're getting paid to do it.
Yeah, getting paid. Get a little something on the side, get Yeah,
Don't
something
got to
nice,
worry
you know?
about the cops. It's all good.
Nah, I don't got to worry about being on the other side seeing my friends. Hey guys, what's going on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Bill Basin, bro. That brings me back, man.
Bro, you made my fucking hair started standing up talking about that story, bro. I need an olive over here.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
There it is. What are you snacking on over there, bro? I think
I
you
got
got. I
some
think you got.
gardenia.
I can
Got the
put that on.
gardenia over here. I
I can
got
put
the.
that on a sandwich right now and eat that.
Oh, here we go, bro. I found out they got fucking boar's head over here, bro. I got some boar's head cheese. I just made some chopped cheese. Fire, dog. Fire, bro.
I
use
live
the
on charcuterie boards. I eat salads and charcuterie boards. That's my diet.
bro. I eat so fucking healthy, bro. But it's like once in a while, it's like, you know what? I deserve a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, like I'm not gonna go and fucking suffer and not live a little. You know.
Hey, but it's good for your head, bro. Because you're giving yourself something to enjoy. You gotta do that. Otherwise you'd be a miserable. You don't want to be a miserable.
Who you telling, bro? I need a little, prosciutto. I like the prosciutto. Oof, that's that shit, right?
I make the boards, bro. I make my own boards. Get my cheese, slice it up. Get all my meats. The olives, the roasted red peps.
I got some smoked Asiago cheese over there. Oof, my God, that's some shit right there. But what kind of meat do you use? I like.
Bro, you're making me jealous with the Asiago. I may snort something Parmesan in about 5 minutes.
Now let me tell you right now. Do you use not salami? What's the other one called?
You got gabagool.
Sopusad. You like
The
sopusad.
It's my favorite.
Woo!
I love sopusad. My favorite.
Come on.
Hands
See?
down, brother.
Yeah, you know what the fuck I know what I'm talking about here. People say, "Oh, no, I'm not Italian. I just know a bunch of them. I grew up with some of them, but I know food, Baba. I know. You're not gonna talk to.
Bro, you definitely know, bro. We're basically from the same neighborhood, man. You know my neighborhood.
You're a friend of ours.
Listen, there's a friend of mine, a friend of ours. Lose the mustache, lose the boots. It's not a fucking rodeo over here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you look like a fucking cop. You need to get rid of that fucking mustache. But I love Donnie Brasco.
Oh, one of my favorites, bro. But I wanted to ask you, the 155 division of BKFC, that's the one you want to be at. I know you said there's a lot of killers in that division. Anybody in particular that, you see yourself fighting in the near future, somebody you want to fight? You're like, yo, 155, let's go. I want to make a name right now.
Well, let's put it out there. Matt Phillips, you're being a bitch, bro. You're in my spot. You're in my spot. You never made 155. You were 158. You were 160. I made 155.5. I made 165.5. Whenever they asked me to make weight, I made it. You're in my fucking spot. You either fight me or move over, and I move on to the next one, bro. And that's another thing people need to realize too. And I'll say this, and it's live, and it can go to my management and everybody. I don't care if we're signed to the same management. We're not on the same fucking team, buddy. So if you're in my weight class, get the fuck out of my way, buddy. That's it.
Wow. So you ready, man? You want to? When could you fight next?
Wait. Sorry, you got the blood boiling. Let me let the juice loose over here. Woo! Sorry, bro.
It's that red wine, bro.
I went fucking cockeyed over here. You saw that shit, bro? I fucking look like Debo on Friday too.
Bro, I'll be Chris Tucker.
I gotta show you something, man. Honey! Lorraine! Can you go to the basement and get my picture? You're gonna love it. Wait. Can you wait 1 second? I gotta show you this.
Go ahead.
All right, I gotta show you this. Everybody's gonna love this. You're gonna love me for this, bro. I promise you.
I gotta see it. Let's do it. Bring that camera with you.
Tell me 1 second.
We're gonna talk to Tony's couch real quick. How does it feel to be gray? That's what I want to know. How does it feel to be gray? How does it feel to be farted on constantly? I'm still trying to get an answer from Tony's couch. We're gonna see what's going on here. Tony, your couch doesn't talk at all.
But listen, you don't understand something. You think when it comes down to this, the guy right here. You see this?
Hey, 2 Utes. There was two.
Utes.
We had 2 Utes.
It's my fucking guy right here. Okay, this is my guy.
I love it.
You came to the basement. If you ever came to the basement to hang out, bro, I got all of them down there. Okay, we'll play some darts, talk some shit, play some poker. Whenever you come down, this is the guy though. Okay,
bro. You just said it, bro. You just said it. We're talking. First of all, you're talking my game here, bro. Wine. We're talking super aside. We're talking darts, bro. I got a dartboard hanging up over here. Poker. Come on, bro. I'll play some Hold'em.
Listen.
Go.
What's up, brother?
Listen, I'll play some Hold'em, man. I'll drink some wine.
Texas Hold'em, 5-card stud, whatever you want to play, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
But back to the fights. Listen, Matt Phillips, you don't want to fight me. It is what it is. I'm looking to fight somebody who's up there. I think I'm ready for a bigger challenge, and I'm ready for any fight. I'm not gonna cherry pick. I'm not gonna say this or that. But that's the guy I have my mind set on. Is Matt Phillips. I want to fight you, bro. Let's do it. Don't be a fucking bird. Don't be a stunad. Don't be a fucking a mook. You know, all that cocksucker, all that bullshit, bro. That's it. Salud.
Wow. And he throws the salute. Now that's classy. A call out and then a salute at the end. I've seen some classy stuff in my day. That's pretty classy call out right there, I gotta say.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for having me on here, you know.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Tony. Thank you. You know, let's shoot it out there to the bare knuckle gods. We'll see if we can make this fight happen. You and Matt Phillips, I think, would be a banger of a fight. I think it would be exciting for the fans, and it would be great for the division. Let's get them juices flowing in the division. Let's get.
I think it makes sense. 2-0, 2-0. Let's go. What are you gonna do?
The only thing you can't do is sign the dotted line. Let's get this fight going, man.
Remember when they asked Paulie to, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? When they were sitting down, he's like, you know, he's killing me. You look at my tab. He comes in. He thinks he's, you know, does he know how to run the restaurant business? I don't run any restaurant business. You know how to run the restaurant business?
I know. I sit down, I eat the food. That's all I know.
I sit down, I eat the food. Do you know how to run a business? Yeah, he practically fucking lives here. Like, you know. And they go,
he could be a fucking stool by the bar.
He said it. Yes. My guy, bro. My guy.
Salud, Tony. I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad this was long overdue. I'm glad we got to make it happen, man. And this was a lot of fun, brother.
Listen, God bless, man. Big shout out, of course, to you, Mr. Joe Miggs in the house. And big shout out to my next opponent because you're going down. Much love.
Much love, much respect. Thank you, Tony. And I'll be talking to you soon, my brother.
Salud. Peace.
Peace, brother. So there you have it. My guy, Tony Loco Soto. Let's throw some background music on. Make this shit professional and shit. You know what I'm saying? There we go. We got that little closing music. But that's all I got for tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed it. For the people in the chat, I want to give you a quick shout out because much love. Mike Kanowski, my man DJ Tony Orozco. I'm going to see you Friday night, my man. Anthony Cruz, the Tiger himself. Jeff Resnick in the house. What up? Giovanni Gavazan here. Paisan, how you doing? Appreciate you guys. Seriously, this was a lot of fun tonight. We had the Juggernaut. We got Tony. I don't know. Anybody else want to come on? Holla at me. Let's do it. I'm going to start doing two guests now because it's and I'm very humbled and thankful. God bless you all for reaching out to me to want to be a part of my interviews. I was truly, truly thankful and humbled. So I'm going to start doing two people. So we get the ball rolling here. I know some of you have reached out and I said we were going to make it happen. I'm a man of my word. We're going to make it happen. We're going to have some fun. We're going to help you tell your story, build your fights up, promote your fights, whatever you need, man. I'm here. So thank you guys. It's Wednesday, Whiskey Wednesday, hump day. So you know what that means. Do a shot. Have some sex. A salute. Take care, everybody. Peace.